Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be doing Excel Chapter 2, Project 2. And I'm going to go right into the assignment. There's only one start file. There's no resource file. All right, my computer is opening up Excel. All right, I'm going to enable editing. All right. So starting with step 2, I'm going to select the student loan tab, which is right here. It should open to it. I should already be open to it. I am going to select cells B5. So B and 5. I'm going to go right into the middle of that cell. I'm going to select B5 through C8 so that all this is selected. Just a quick reminder, if you click inside of a cell and it looks like that red cross symbol, that is selecting a cell. You don't ever want to select a cell over here in the corner. This corner little box here is it's a fill handle. And what this does is copy whatever's in the cell to other cells. So be very mindful when I say select or fill, two different things. So I'm going to go right up here into the middle of B5, drag through to C8. Now, along with this, I need to also select these cells. In order to do that, I need to hold down the control button on my keyboard. And then I'm going to select E5 through F7. And it tells me not to include this bottom row. Do not include that. Once they are both selected, you can let the control button go on your keyboard. Now, step 2C, I'm going to create from selection button. So I need to go to the formulas tab. And then I am going to go right here to where it says define names. And I'm going to click create from selection. Make sure this left column is the only thing open. Is the only thing checked. All these should be unchecked. And then click OK. Now I'm going to go up here to Name Manager, click on that, and you can see that it does have the names of all these columns, and it refers to these cells. You can see the little dollar signs in front of the C and in front of the 5. That means that any place that we put this formula or we choose this cell, that it is going to be absolute value. That means that as you pull down formulas, these cells won't change. I'm going to click close. And step 3 is enter a PMT function. So on 3A, select cell C8. So right here, C8. Then we are going to click on the financial button. You're still in formulas. Hit the financial button. And we are going to go down and select PMT. Now with this rate, we are going to click the rate box, which you should already be in, and then click cell C7. And I'm just following the instructions here. And then I'm going to type this is divide button, and this is on your keyboard. It is the backslash key. That means divide, and then 12. Okay, so what we're doing is we are dividing this rate by 12, which would be by each monthly payment. All right, rate times 12. Now we're going to click on this total number of payments per loan, and we're going to select C6. And we are going to times, which is the little star key on your keyboard, times 12. And then we're going to go down to the present value, and we are going to start off by selecting a negative sign or a minus sign, and we are going to click in cell C5. Okay, so C5. And then we're going to leave these two empty. We're going to click OK. And this amount should be $186.43. Now, the very last step, which is K in step 3, is we're going to format this cell. Oops, I'm going to click off there. Just select it, go to home, and you want to make sure that this is the accounting format. See how it looks the same as this. All right. Step 4, create a total interest formula. Click cell C5. I'm sorry, F5. We're going to click F5. We're going to type an equal sign, which is, you always start, sorry, I lost my thought. You always start formulas with an equal sign. So you have equal sign, and then we're going to click on equal sign, and we're going to click on C8. And then we are going to times to multiply by cell C6 by loan term. And then we are going to, let's see, payment times loan term times 12. And we are going to subtract the loan payment, the loan amount. Oops. We're going to subtract that. We want to minus the loan amount. So it should be equal. It should be the payment times the loan term times 12 minus this. And we're going to click enter. And that amount should be, yes, that's right, up $1,185.81. All right, now we're going to go down and click on total principal. And we are going to start by typing in an equal sign. And we're going to click cell C5. So the loan amount. Oh, that's it. Total principal. That's not right. Equals, and then click cell 5, enter. Okay, so that is right. Now we're going to select F7, which is the total cost. We're going to hit equals on our keyboard. We're going to click cell F5, this total interest, plus cell F6, and press enter. So this is the total cost of the loan. All right, so all of these are correct. All right, step 6, we're going to set order of mathematical operations to build this amortization schedule. We're going to click cell B13. Here, I'm going to make this a little bigger just so that you can see. B13, and I am going to type in an equal sign. And equals, we're going to click C5, press enter. They want us to click back up in there, and they want us to make this accounting. All right. Now we are going to select cell C13. And so the interest for each payment is kept by multiplying the balance in column B by the rate divided by 12. So we're going to do equals and click cell B13. And we're going to type times and then the first parentheses and then click C7. And we're going to divide that by 12. We're going to close out the parentheses and we are going to press enter. And the amount you should get is $37.50. I just want to double check this. B13. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to select cell D13. D13, and I'm going to select equal. You can see what we're doing here. Now, instead of going through all these steps, there is a table that has what each of these should be. So it tells me D13, I should have the payment, which is this payment minus C13. And then the total payment. So E13 should be equal C13 plus D13. And then you enter. And then the ending balance should be equal B13 minus D13. Now, I do want to check this to make sure. And I'm going to go down to the next, close to the bottom of step 7, there's a table. It's a figure that shows what it should look like. And I just want to make sure my top numbers are correct. So 37, 148.93, 186.43, and yes, that's all correct. Great. All right, so step 7, we're going to select cells A13 through A14. A13, right in the middle, select A13 and A14. Select these cells. Then we're going to take the weight, go to the corner where it turns into a black plus sign, hold your mouse button down and drag through to 72. Okay, right there, 72. And let go. You see how it counts for you. So it numbers those items for you. Then in 7C, it says to select cell B14. We're going to do enter and we're going to click F13 and we're going to hit enter. So this cell always is whatever is in the cell. So we're going to click back up in there. We're going to go to the corner and we're going to double click. Okay, so I know it does there's nothing in these cells here, but the formula is there. So as soon as we finish filling these out, this will all populate. All right, now in 7F, we're going to select cells C13 through F13. So C13 through F13. Make sure go right in the middle. Select all of these. Then we're going to double click this fill handle right at the bottom here. Double click it. And there you go. Here's your amortization schedule. And there is your zero balance. So I'm just clicking off of that. Now, step 8, preview the document and insert print titles. All right, so select cell A12. I'm gonna scroll down here, A12. I'm going to click page layout command tab and click, it's the step B, by the way, 8B. Click the page layout command tab. Okay, so here's the page layout. and we need to go to the print titles right here. And right here, and it says rows to repeat at top. And I'm going to show you what this is doing. Is this is obviously some of these things you'll never be doing in Excel. This, if you ever have to print an Excel sheet, this is super helpful to know. So we're going to put rows to repeat at top. I'm going to click in there, and then I'm going to go down here and click on A12, which you can see it selected this whole heading row, this column headings. Now it says go down here to print preview. And I want you to look and see what it did. So here we have the table, but it goes on 2 pages because it is quite long. And so I'm going to go over to the next page, and you can see that we still have the nice column headings at the top because we clicked on that button. So that is what that's for. Now they want us to click on page setup. So I'm going to go back to page 1 just so you can kind of see it better. Page setup, and they just want us to go to the margins tab and the center on the page, and they want us to do this horizontally. So I'm clicking horizontal, and you can see up here what it does. So I'm going to uncheck that. Just kind of watch this when you click on it. It centers your table into the middle of the document. And I'm going to click OK. And you can see it just moves it over a little bit. All right, so it is set to horizontal. I do just want to make sure I did that okay. All right, now I'm going to go back to the document, to the worksheet. And the next thing is build a multiplication formula. So let's click on the fees and credits tab. And we are going to go into F7. We're going to do equals because we're going to put a formula in there. Obviously, we are going to click, we're going to calculate the total fees. The total fees is going to be the number of students, whatever's in D7, times, and then the course fee. And we're going to press enter. We're going to go click right back up there. We're going to go over to the corner where the fill handle is, and we are going to double click that. Now, while this is all selected still, let's go to home, and they want to make sure that it is currency, and it is currency. If it's anything else, change it to this. And then in F18, it said set a single bottom border. So we're going to click in F18, and we're going to click up here to borders, and we're just going to click solid bottom border. There we go. Step 10, use SUMIF to calculate statistics by department. So we're going to select cell C26. I'm going to make this just a little tiny bit smaller. All right. So we're going to go up here to C26. I'm going to go to the formulas tab. And step 10B, we're going to click math and trig. And we're going to go down to do the SUMIF button. SUMIF. And then it wants us to choose the range, select cells B7 through B18. So B7 through B18. So all of the department headings. And then they want us to press our function key F4 on our keyboard. Okay, so this is making this absolute value. So we have that. Now we're going to go down to criteria, and it says select cell B26. And then it says hit the function F4 key 3 times, and just watch what it does. 1, 2, 3. So it adds the $sign right here. So it's making this an absolute function as well. And then we're going to click the sum range box, and we are going to click D7 through D18. So D7 through D18. And then we are also going to click the function key. And then we're going to click OK, and this is going to give us the total number of students in the biology department. Step 11, we're going to copy a sum if function. So we're going to click in cell C26 and drag its fill pointer to copy the formulas down below through C27 through C29 without formatting to preserve the format. So we're going to scroll, drag it down with the fill handle. Go over to this little box here, this autofill options, click the down arrow, and we want fill without formatting. And that just keeps these the little dots here instead of having it a solid border. All right, so copy the formula in cell C26. So up here, we're going to go to the corner here again, and we're going to drag it over this way this time. And I'm also going to make sure and set fill without formatting because I don't want to mess that up. It doesn't tell me that, but oh yes. But I'm just assuming. Okay. So step 12. Select cell D26. Sorry, D26 right here. And this is obviously an error that has not been flagged. Click the trace 12B to click the trace precedence button. So you should already be in formulas. We're going to go to formula auditing and click trace precedence. So this is telling us that it's chose all of these cells and all of these cells. And you can see what it's done up here in that. The references in column D are incorrect in this copied formula. So we're going to click the insert function button in the formula bar. So right up here, insert function. And in the entry in the sum range box, we're going to select F7 through F18. So over here, F7 through F18. And we're going to click the function F4 function button. All right, we're going to click OK. But now there's an error. All right, we're going to click ignore error. All right, so I want to redo this. All right, I'm going to click on this. D26, there should be a number in there. D26, we did the trace precedence. It was over here. We're going to click insert function. In the sum range, oh, I see what I did. I didn't put it in the sum range. All right, I'm going to cancel that. I am going to, I'm actually going to, sorry, I undid it and then it took me somewhere else. All right, I'm going to go in here and I am going to delete what's in here. I am going to, so make sure and follow me here because I've led you wrong. Go in the total fees and I deleted what was in there. There should be nothing in there. I am going to take and recopy this over here. So I'm just going to go to the corner of D26, drag this over. All right, there we go. And I'm going to fill without formatting because we don't want to mess up the formatting. All right, I'm going to click back in here and now I'm going to redo step 12. Okay, so you should be back here. And I'm going to click the trace precedence, and that is wrong. Then I click the insert function, and in the sum range, not the range, the sum range down here, I need to select cells F7 through F18. There we go. And now I'm going to hit the function key. And I am going to press OK. There we go. I'm going to hit the error button, and it wants us to click on ignore error. All right, let me see. All right, good. All right, now they wants us to copy cell D26 down to D27 through 29. So I'm going to click on D26, go to the corner, fill handle, and drag down. Now these should be right, and they want to make sure this is currency. So I'm going to go home, and I'm going to change this from general, and I'm going to change it to currency. All right, great. Step 13, we're going to insert a sum product formula. So we're going to go to F26, I'm sorry, E26. And this was copied as a sum if formula, but it's not a sum if calculation. We need to change that. So we're going to delete. This is how we fixed the last one, right? We're deleting this, what was in here. And we are going to go all back to formulas. We are going to go to the math and trig, and we are going to find the sum product. So let's go down and find the sum product. All right, so the sum product, and in array 1, it wants us to select cells C7 through C9. C7 through C9. So you see what we're doing? We're selecting only the biology department's information. Then in array 2, so click down in array 2, click D7 through D9. Now we're going to click OK. D7, yep. And it should say 126. We're going to go to this little caution symbol. We're going to click ignore error. And then we are going to do the same thing for the rest of these. Trying to think what the easiest way to do this would be. Let's go over here to the corner here, and let's go ahead and fill the rest of these with that the sum product, but we do have to go back in and change it. So we're going to go here to the foreign language department, click on that, click insert function, and instead of the array C8, so we are going to just choose the foreign language. We're going to select C10 through C12, see just the foreign language. Array 2, we're going to select D10 through D12. There we go. And we're going to click OK. We're going to go down here, and we are going to ignore the error. And why did it do that? Ignore error. There we go. Now we're going to do the IMS, so Information Management Systems department. We're going to click insert function. We are going to choose for array 1 all the credit hours for that department. Array 2 is going to be the number of students for those 3 classes in that department. Click OK. Go back down, ignore error. Then we're going to click in the physics department. We're going to click insert function and choose just the physics department. And then we're going to go to array 2 and select the number of students. Click OK. We're going to go down here and ignore the error. All right, it says to preserve or copy the formatting from cell C26 for cells E26 through E29. You can see that it messed up our formatting. If we copy formatting, it's going to mess up the dollar signs. So we're going to manually do this. So just we're going to have to manually do this. All right. Select these two up here. We're going to go to home. And we need to have a solid top border and this text border thing. So we're going to go down here. We're going to click more borders. And we are going to have this stay the same as solid. We want solid here. So we just want to make this right here, this dotted. We need that to be at the bottom for this one. And go ahead and click OK. And then click off when you can see what we did, right? You see how we kept the top border, side borders, but then the bottom border, we kept, we wanted we wanted the dotted one. All right, select these middle ones here. Don't select this one because it'll be different. Go down to more borders. It should be here in border. Click this, and you want to select. Okay, so the only solid one should be on the right, the left, the right, the left, the middle. Click OK, and then go down here to the bottom, go back up to the borders. And we want this bottom to be, solid. So let's click solid and let's click on just the bottom border. Click OK and then select off. All right, so that looks right. You have the dotted in between, the solid. This is separating the rows and then the solid separating the columns. Yours should look like this. All right, now step 14, insert the current date. We're going to select cell F31. So F31, and I can see I'm in F31. And I am going to select equals, and I am going to type in TO. And I need to choose today, and make sure you hit the tab key after you do. If you press enter, it will not work. So if you press enter and it messed it up, go back, undo it, and click the tab key, and then press enter, and you should have that. So your formula should look like this. All right, step 15, we're going to paste range names. Click the new sheet button at the bottom, so a little plus sign, plus symbol. We are going to name the new sheet range names. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I want to double click down here in the sheet and call this range names. Then I press enter. Now I'm gonna, should be up in A1, it should be blank, and I'm gonna hit the function 3 key, F3. You get a window that says paste names, and it should have the names of the columns in the other sheets. We're gonna put paste list. Now they want us to go here, A, B. We're gonna select right up in the middle of A, drag through to B, go right in the middle of A and B, and this is gonna be automatic sizing. We're gonna double click. There you go, it should look like that. And now I'm going to save this. And I am going to submit it and see if I did anything wrong. All right. Sorry, something was a little weird. All right, click upload my file. All right, there you go. If anybody has any questions or gets stuck, let me know. Thank you.